friend, happy Monday. It's time for some spiritual wisdom today. It's Monday Spiritual Fitness video time. Hope you have a great day. So I pulled a book out of my shelf to inspire me to share something positive, something deep with you today. Monday is where we go a little deep in our spiritual wisdom here. So I pulled this book called The Surrender Experiment by Michael Singer, one of my very favorite authors. I highly recommend to check him out. So of course I open on the perfect page, and I have this habit to highlight my books, to underline things. So I just open to a page, and there's one paragraph, one sentence here that I highlighted that goes like this. What would happen if we respect the flow of life and use our free will to participate in what's unfolding instead of fighting? What would happen if we respect the flow of life and use our free will to participate in what's unfolding instead of fighting? There's so much wisdom in this sentence that I could do an entire class about this sentence. So I'm gonna try to stay under 10 minutes here. But what he's saying here is basically the basis of why a lot of people struggle, why a lot of people are suffering, because they're resisting the facts of life. And a lot of people have hard time with statements like this, you know, go with the flow. And I used to be the person who was confused, like, go with the flow, but I have no money. If I just go with the flow, I'm not making any money. And by going extreme in the beginning years of my business, I was like, I can't just go with the flow. I gotta push, I gotta chase success, I gotta work hard, because you can't just go with the flow. And guess what? It didn't work. Harder work, longer hours, giving up or self-care time or relaxing time is not the way, because when we do that, we're actually going against the flow of life. When you're in line with the flow of life, things just happen. So think about times in your life that, nothing like, take an example from your life. Think about times in your life where you really wanted something to happen, and you pushed and you forced to happen, and then it didn't happen. You just like gave up, you just like walked away because you like, this is not working. And when you let go that grip, you let go the resistance, then something happens. The money comes, or the relationship flows, a new client shows up, an answer for your problem just shows up to you. What happens when we let go that grip of control of life, where we want to fight, and we use our will to work with life instead? And I know this can be a complicated concept, because again, some people don't think, well, I make it happen. I'm a creator. And yes, we make it happen, but not alone. We make it happen with life. And a lot of times we forget that. We forget that we are creators, but we co-creators, because life is constantly creating with us. So what he means here is to go with the flow, is even when life presents us challenges, which happens a lot. What would happen if during that challenge, instead of resisting, wanting to change a fact, what if we just accept the fact and lean into that challenge with the attitude of where can we go together with this challenge? What can I learn from this challenge? So this is an example of reframing. Lean into something that is happening already. Accepting challenges in life doesn't mean we're just gonna sit and do nothing about it. But I see a lot of people struggling and fighting facts, like people going through separation, to divorce, to breakups, and fighting that because they wanted that person to love them back and do what they wanted them to do. Well, guess what? It doesn't work. So if we're disappointed because something is not working in our lives, what can we learn? Can we lean in and go with that flow where life is taking us? Because life is always taking us to a place of higher potential. So can we just trust life more and work with it instead of against it? I will tell you, I have applied this principle in my life this year. As I have shared in previous blogs, video blogs, I had some struggles this year. Struggles with anxiety, overwhelm, sense of not feeling good enough because I was forcing things to happen. I was pushing because this, drive that a lot of us entrepreneurs have, athletes have, we're driven, we're motivated, we just make it happen. And that comes with a little curse at times. We sometimes don't know when it's time to let go. There's a fine art between doing and being. And I remember in the beginning of my years running the business that I want to find that book, that magic formula that would tell me exactly when to act and when to let go, because I was suffering, I was struggling with that. And with that, I wasn't going with the flow. I wasn't going with the flow of what I love to do in my days, which is coaching some people, just sitting in meditation, reading a book, researching, share wisdom with you. Instead, I was always like chasing success. And once I let go, guess what? There's more money in the bank than ever. I am happier. Anxiety and overwhelm are gone. So that's the example of going with the flow of life. That's why this book was perfect message for me to share with you. So what are you fighting against right now? What are you resisting? Resistance is what creates suffering for us. When we resist a cloudy day because we want it to be sunny, we suffer. When we're resisting that somebody wants to walk away from our life and we want them back, we're resisting. Lean in, honor the emotions, cry if you need to cry, be sad if you need to be sad. It's okay to feel. So lean in, go with the flow of life, work with life, and some unexpected things might happen to you. That's what I want to share with you today. This message that I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, because moments in the past, you let go something, you let go the grip, and things flourish for your life. So what are you resisting? What are you going against in your life right now? That's the question I want to leave you with. Happy Monday, and I can't wait to share another video blog with you. Thank you.